Good afternoon, Paddington Academy. Many of you will have seen the shocking footage taken 2 weeks ago of a white police officer placing his knee on the neck of a black man and through this suffocating him to death. This man's name was George Floyd. The police were called because George Floyd was accused of paying with a counterfeit $20 note. This in itself was a racist accusation with no basis, which turned out to be false. George Floyd was an entirely innocent man. And George Floyd died as a result of the actions of this police officer. The footage of this incident has been viewed around the world, and it has prompted an outpouring of grief and anger. His death has resonated widely, not because it was exceptional, but because it was not. In the last 4 months alone, there have been 3 separate cases of unarmed black people in America being killed at the hands of the police or former police officers. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery. People have taken to the streets to protest the fact that while white communities are protected by the police, black communities in many parts of America are not, and instead have to live in fear of the police.
As many of you will know from studying history, the transatlantic slave trade was the forced transportation by Europeans of approximately 12 million black people from Africa to America and the Caribbean as slaves. This took place for over 400 years. In the 1800s, a civil war took place in America between those who wanted to abolish slavery and those who wanted it to continue. Even though this war paved the way to abolishing slavery, America remained a deeply racist country. For example, until the 1960s, black children could not attend the same schools as white children, and black people did not have equal rights as white people. In the 1960s, massive protests took place to get rid of racist laws known as the Jim Crow laws that treated black people as second-class citizens. Although these Jim Crow laws were removed, racism still continued and society still remained seriously unequal. In America today, black and white people, by law, have equal rights. But people are still treated very differently depending on the colour of their skin. The result of this means that, as a black person in America, you are 3 times more likely to be suspended from school, almost twice as likely to be unemployed, 30% more likely to be pulled over by police, and 5 times more likely to be imprisoned than a white person. These statistics, along with many, many more, illustrate the day-to-day lived experience of many black people living in America. In America, the UK, and around the world, Black Lives Matter protests are taking place as people of all different races come together to say Black Lives Matter. That not only must racism be confronted and stopped at an individual level, but that change must also take place within our societies and communities and within the government. This needs to happen to make sure that we do not let racism continue within any parts of our society. The size and scale of the protests in America show that this is not a small or minor issue, and the protests are already succeeding in changing the law in a number of states. The UK also has a horrific past when it comes to the enslavement of black people. The nation's rich ports profited from the sale of captured black people as slaves, and also profited from the ownership of thousands of slaves in America and the Caribbean. Many of our cities, including London, are built off the riches of the slave trade, and shamefully this is a part of the UK's history that is not taught or talked about enough.
Similarly to America, the legacy of treating black people as inferior to white people runs deeply in the UK, creating a very unequal society. Here are a few shocking statistics that illustrate this. Black workers with a university degree earn 23% less on average than white workers. This first statistic is an example of something known as institutional racism. Institutional racism is when racial discrimination is established as normal behaviour in the organisations which make up our society. Another shocking statistic is that in 2017, just 6% of young black people who completed sixth form attended a Russell Group university, compared to almost double that for white students. In the UK, there are examples that you can find of racism occurring at all levels of society. Football fans shouting racist insults at players, a radio DJ describing Meghan Markle's baby as a monkey, and also multiple incidents of racism within the police force, where the police have repeatedly failed to do their duty to protect black people, and where black people have died in police custody. In addition to this, black people experience often on a daily basis a whole range of verbal and non-verbal injustices. These together are known as microaggressions and are a form of racism. At Paddington, we stand against all of these examples of racism in society.
Schools like Paddington Academy want to change statistics like this in the UK. Our school serves a diverse community, and our aim is to provide every student with the opportunity to go to a top university. Education is a critical tool in challenging racial inequality and racism. Black Lives Matter protests have taken place across the whole of the UK over the last few weeks. In Bristol last weekend, like in many parts of the country, there was a Black Lives Matter protest where the statue of Edward Colston, a slave trader, was toppled and removed by protesters who opposed the legacy of racism that this statue was a tribute to. Prior to this, residents and activists in Bristol had been campaigning for the removal of the statue for a long time. However, city officials did not approve the request to remove the statue and did nothing about this. The toppling of the statue is an expression of the rightful anger of this movement, and it shows the willingness of people in our society today to remove symbols that do not condemn slavery. It shows how if we want to reach a state of equality as a country, more must be done to recognise our racist past. More must be done to celebrate the history of people of all different ethnicities in the UK and their contribution to UK society, and that more must be done to make our society a fairer one.
Black Lives Matter is a movement led by black people in response to the specific and appalling wrongs faced by black people now and in the past. The point of the Black Lives Matter movement is to insist that black people's lives are truly valued and that society both here in the UK and in America must change in order to achieve social and economic equality for black people. Saying Black Lives Matter doesn't mean that other lives don't, or that other forms of racism don't also need to be fought. It is a response to the fact that black lives are at risk in the UK as well as the US in ways others are not, and that black lives are too often treated as of less value than those of their white peers. Responding to the Black Lives Matter movement by saying all lives matter is offensive because it is an attempt to draw attention away from the specific discrimination that black individuals face every day. These protests are an important moment in our lifetimes. They will hopefully be looked back on as a turning point at which society stopped, learned from its mistakes and stepped forward to build a better future. However, the changes the Black Lives Matter protests are calling for will only be achieved by all of us actively deciding to be anti-racist. As we finish this assembly, I would like you to think about last year when we held Anti-Racism Week. During this week, we asked you to commit to 3 things. Firstly, be anti-racist. Standing up against racist treatment of others, please remember the use of racist language is never a joke. Number 2, being aware of our unconscious bias, working out what our biases are and challenging ourselves on them. And number 3, not letting other people's prejudices define us. I would ask you to reflect on these 3 actions for a moment as we finish this assembly. What have you done well in regards to this, but also what could you do better? Like many of us, you may be wondering what you can do. Here is one immediate thing that you can do, which we are encouraging all students and families who are part of our community to do. Hop online and donate to the fundraiser for Belly Majinga, a railway worker in London who died after contracting COVID-19 due to being spat at in a racist incident.
In the body of the email accompanying this assembly is a link to a website which provides a growing list of Black Lives Matter organisations, resources and funds in the UK which you can access. Please do go here to find out more about this movement. If you'd like to be able to talk through further what's happening in regards to the Black Lives Matter movement, then please contact your head of year who would be very happy to discuss this with you further. Thank you for listening to this assembly. We hope you and your families are well at this difficult time, and we look forward to seeing you back in school as soon as we can.